So the president's policy briefing on Thursday was all about key reform policies in pensions, labor, health, education, and birth rate, specifically shaking up the country's pension plan. We have Professor Hur Joon-young with us this morning. Welcome.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So why so much emphasis on reforming policies and pensions? I mean, why now?
Yeah, the national pension plan is expected to be depleted in 2046 right now. So which is like about 20 years after. So like people are worrying about the national pension plan because like old people, like they think that the national pension plan does not cover enough for their cost of living, and the younger generation, they think that it's not, reliable. Can I really get this when I'm old? They have this kind of concern. So, this is like kind of right timing to start talking about the pension plan.
Well, ensuring the sustainability of the pension is one of the three principles of Yoon's pension reform plan. Now, ways to do so include raising the fund's rate of return to investment and also inking a promise to provide the pensions to all people into law. Will these help guarantee the sustainability of national pensions, though?
Yeah, the current expectation about future return of the pension is kind of very conservative. So raising this is not very unreliable. So I think that's the best solution that we can get this pension more reliably, because the current expectation or the current the calculation of the future pension plan is too much conservative. So we can raise this, and then that's the most efficient way of getting this pension in a more reliable setting. So.
Well, Yoon also vowed to make sure there's a fairness between generations, like you just mentioned. There have been heated debates saying that, like you mentioned earlier, that younger generations pay the most fees and they become the last ones to get those pension. Let's talk more about that.
Yeah, as far as I know, there's kind of young people, they are complaining about the pension plan. It's not fair. So fairness is kind of very important issue for the sustainability of the pension. So the president tries to, I think, pursue or tries to ensure that the pension plan is sustainable and the pension plan is fair in terms of the younger people. They just pay the most of the pension plan right now and then for the longer period of time. So I think that's the main issue of the pension. So the president tries to pursue it and in that way. So.
Well, what he actually proposed is increasing pension premiums for younger groups at different pace. Now, what do you think he means by different pace?
Yeah, so the pension plan, to get people people get this pension for covering their cost of living. So if the pension plan is sustainable, we have to raise the rate of the pension, and then the rate of the pension is right now is too low. So people pay more of the pension plan right now, and then the increasing the rate. The speed of increasing the rate is kind of different between the generations. So old people, they get pension really soon, and so their rate will be increasing very fastly. Whereas the younger people, their rate will be raising very slowly. So that's the main issue of the pension. So.
Professor Hur, let's talk about the country's low birth rate. President Yoon said people in South Korea feel like they don't have the luxury of getting married or having children. He said the low birth rate is closely linked to unnecessarily heated competition, especially here in the capital area, which underscores the need for regional balance. And he said the regional balance also comes with a good education and solid medical care. What's your take on this?
Yeah, so there's a recent report by the Bank of Korea, talking about, the high house price in like Gangnam area partially comes from the education fee. So yeah, I mean, his point, the president's point is something about that. So I think it's kind of very important because very much condensed around the Seoul area. In Korea. So I think one of the way we have like a better education, less competition, a more sustainable society is kind of the balance, like regional balance, I think. So that's what he emphasized yesterday. So.
Alrighty, Professor Hur, thank you so much for making your time with us this morning. We appreciate it.
Thank you.